What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, October 24th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's take a look at this Monday. We are on the eve of a solar eclipse. Woo woo. Hope everybody's doing outstanding, of course. Yeah, solar eclipse tomorrow at 2 degrees of Scorpio. It is Scorpio season, and we're in a balsamic dark moon phase in Libra, closing out that Libra cycle, of course. It's a very communicative day, if you will. The moon's going to be with Mercury today. The moon's also going to be in Libra, dealing with air qualities, relationships, emotions, speaking, delegating. It's going to be making that trine over to Saturn. For the first time, it's going to make contact with Saturn since Saturn came direct. So definitely like a really good time to have that forward movement in conversation, talking about where you see things. I feel like that there's like the way out of a lot of what's coming through this like depth of feeling, which is going to be big with this Scorpio transit, is to say how you're feeling, to communicate and express these things within relationships and friends, because we learn so much throughout this Libra transit about relationships, what kind of relationships we want to be in, what we don't want to be in. This is definitely like put yourself in the emotional position to delegate where your future is going in terms of people, your future, groups, relationships, whatever it is, business, work, all these different things. Like position yourself well and speak how you're feeling. If you're not going to be honest about your feelings, you're not going to be setting yourself up well, and you're not going to be putting yourself in the right positions. And then throughout, I would say this next month especially, but really this next 6 months, if you don't, kind of position yourself this week and starting off kind of right now, like things can really feel cataclysmic, or they can really feel like, oh my gosh, this was betrayal or abandonment. A lot of these scorpionic things where things tend to leave when we don't feel like we're ready for them to leave, or they transmute or change before we're ready. And today's a great day to position yourself well by speaking up. That moon's also going to make a trine over to Mars. It's really a good day to just speak up, to have the courage to speak, to have the courage to talk, to have the courage to let your emotions come out. It's Scorpio. We're feeling, there's an intensity, a passion. Venus and the sun are conjunct, like in Scorpio. Venus doesn't want to be there. The sun's like, why not? Why not? Why not illuminate the darkness, if you will? It's not that it's dark, but like there's these deep illuminated feelings right now about what we want with relationships, what we want to feel good in life. Expression is going to be everybody's best friend. The moon is going to quincunx over to Neptune, which I think is kind of like where people are going to want to shy away from saying how they feel, or, intuitively they're going to feel really called to, have certain talks, say certain things, bring certain things to light. It's definitely just like the key to today, as we're coming into this eclipse, is really how are you feeling, and can you say it? And we can say things with compassion, we can say things with love, of course, but like things have to be said, they have to be dealt with. The moon's going to finish off the day square Pluto, now direct. So this is the first third quarter square to Pluto that the moon's going to make with Pluto direct. Like there's a lot of big things moving forward here, and Pluto also disposits this eclipse in Scorpio as well. And it's like today's like that final kind of good day, because remember, Venus is at detriment, the moon's at fall in Scorpio. There's a south node here. Like this is it's not like a comfortable time that we're stepping into, right? In a lot of ways. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means like it's growth. So we're getting ready for a lot of growth and a lot of forward progression. But, we have to be able to not be so obsessive, especially over people. That's one of the biggest things too, is Saturn here in Aquarius. Like, everybody wants people to be on the same team, on the same page, and like everybody's unique and individuated, and some people are going to go different directions in this reality. Uranus is in Taurus, right? And even the moon will quincunx Uranus early in the morning as well. People are going to go different ways. It's okay. This is a time to be in your truth, to be in your light, to illuminate things, to say what's on your say what's on your chest, say what's on your mind, say what's going on in your life. What do you really want? How do you bring things into balance, and how do you go after things that you're really passionate about, and go after relationships that are really passionate, and bring the right kind of intensities to our life? I feel like we're learning how to shed the intensity of life that we don't want to have in our life, that isn't balanced, that isn't harmonious, and really intensify the things that we are really, really deeply committed to, deeply passionate about, what we're trying to create, that's beautiful, that's growing, nurturing, a lot of these aspects. But yeah, there's a sharpness to today. There's a sharpness, but it's also like a sharpness to make things happen. And I think today could actually feel pretty good, even though it's a dark moon. Like, it's intense, but as long as we're being emotionally vulnerable and trusting, because Scorpio deals with trust too. If we are trusting that when we speak up about how we're truly feeling about situations in our life, that we're actually bringing things into alignment. It's the place right now where we're too afraid or too shy or don't want to step up and talk about how we're truly feeling, that is going to shift us further away from the alignment that we're searching for. So today it's so important to express yourself, to be truthful, to be honest, to be sharp, to be to the point, with compassion, with love, but to know your direction forward with your values and what's making your life more beautiful, and what's shedding, because there's just a lot of shedding too right now. Like, what is shedding what doesn't serve us any longer? Because there's certain things in life that have reached their point. We have learned them. We have graduated. Are we really going to obsess and hold on to the things that we know are closing out in our life? This is a time of rebirth too. This is regeneration. So instead of, I always talk about death with Scorpio, instead of always looking at the death side. Like, let's get ready to move into the rebirthing side, because that's also the other side of Scorpio. Birth, death, birth. Don't trip about the death or the things that are leaving. Let things leave. They were always meant to go. Don't obsess, and look forward to these new beginnings, these fresh starts, the birthing of so many, different avenues, different timelines, different scenarios that are possible once we stop holding on so tightly to the things that we don't need any longer. As long as we're able to express ourselves today, we're going to start to see those timelines kind of shift, and it's going to empower us. And we want this empowerment right now, because that's another part of Scorpio, is you can feel very powerful with Scorpio energy, and you know how to get what you want. South Node's there though. So just because we want something doesn't mean it's not an illusion, right? Your soul knows what it really needs right now to nourish itself, to take care of itself, and to flourish. Go with those things. And if you say what's on your mind today, you'll definitely be feeling much more on top of it than feeling like things are just being taken from you, if you will. Let's see what the cards are for today. Gonna use that Botticelli. The Botticelli. This is still probably my favorite deck. I love the Badass Tarot. I love the Golden Tarot, but I love this deck. All right. Ace of Pentacles. Absolutely, new physical things are out there for us to go after, to achieve, to have, to pursue. But I feel like we really have to be able to move forward with new stories and new rebirthing. And that's where we're going to see a new abundance show up in our life. It's definitely like being able to let cycles end so that new cycles can begin. Big time key. Death card reversed. Yeah, I love that. It's so like there's so much regenerative energy. It's almost like sure the death card could be something dying, but the death card reversed to me is like something being born. It's the opposite side. So like remember all these things are being born in your life right now to show you new ways to create, to relate, to have. How are we going to navigate this physical reality? We have to go into new, and that's what this is all about. Birth, regenerative energy, and starting a new cycle in our lives. And then another major arcana, temperance. Everything's in divine order. Everything is moving in a divine flow right now. And it can be extremely beautiful if you're willing to let things go and to not hold on and to not force the timing of the universe. The universe is on perfect schedule right now. So let it be. Realize that it's fine if transformation's happening. Let it. Shed that cocoon. Let's go. It's time to be a butterfly. It's time to fly. It's time to go into the most beautiful alignment of your life. You can't do it by holding on to what isn't serving you. You can't do it by obsessing over how things need to look right now. You just have to find that power in your soul, that courage and that strength, and you're really going to see like it's not as scary as it looks. It's actually much more beautiful on the other side. You just have to be able to commit to the other side and to know that there's alignment there. I mean, I love that card. You know, there's such a flow to the universe right now. It's just you don't need to trip about anything. I know a lot of people are scared of this eclipse. Like I get so many DMs on Instagram and people are like, "This is hitting my chart." It's a big deal. Like it's a big time. It's gnarly. It's heavy stuff, especially with the Moon and Venus in Scorpio, where they both really don't want to be. Our two energies that deal with our emotions and our comforts and our security, home life. Like yeah, it's a lot, but we have to make these transformations, and we're so silly to forget that that North Node's in Taurus, saying that we're good, that we're solid, that we're whole, that we can create, that we can manifest, that we can have so many things that we do want. We might not even know what we want yet because we haven't let the divine timing play out yet. We're too worried about projecting an outcome of a future that we don't know even where it's going to go yet. So don't trip. There's beauty here for us. Let's remember that. Stay positive, and we're all going to go and, make this happen. I'll see y'all tomorrow for a solar eclipse in Scorpio. We'll knock it out. I love you guys very much. I hope you have a beautiful Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.